everyone, welcome back to my channel. Did you miss me? Should not have run up the stairs, that was a bad idea. Anyway, like I said, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to take you through all the books that I read in April of this year. I'm a little bit disappointed with how many books I read in April, but at the same time I know that really it's not that bad, and I'm just putting unrealistic expectations on myself. It's nothing to do with you, it's all to do with me. That sounds like I'm breaking up with you. I'm not, please stay. So I read 6 books. Thank you, person. I read 6 books in April, and I'm just gonna share them with you because, yeah. Now, 4 of them have already gone back to the library, so you won't be seeing those in person today, but the first book that I read this month was Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley, and this one is a graphic novel, which follows a girl, what's her name? What's the main character's name? Is it Kate? Katie. And this one follows Katie, who is a chef at a restaurant, and she has been having some issues, and she gets the opportunity to, like, sort of have not necessarily have a do-over, but sort of nothing happens that's supposed to happen, and she gets addicted to it, and she keeps on doing it even though she shouldn't be, and we see how that affects her life and the world and the people around her. And I really enjoyed this one. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I've never read any of Brian Lee O'Malley's work before, so I haven't read Scott Pilgrim, even though I lived with 2 guys for a year and they had it sitting at the bottom of the bookshelf. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know how much I can say without spoiling the story, but I really liked the narration of Katie in this book. She was a really sarcastic and witty character, and I really enjoyed that, and yeah. Anyway, okay, so the second book that I read was In Real Life by Cory Doctorow, and this is another graphic novel, and this one follows Anda, and she discovers online gaming, in particular a game called Course Code Online, and she sort of gets involved in things that she shouldn't be getting involved in, and it's just a look at how what we do online can affect the real world. And I liked it, but I didn't enjoy it, if you know what I mean. I gave this one a 3 out of 5 stars, and yeah, there's not really much I can say. I read it in half an hour, like on my way home from the library, so. Okay, so next, I read Shadowkiss by Richelle Mead. This is the 3rd book in the Vampire Academy series, and it follows Rose as she starts seeing the ghost of a classmate who was killed at the end of Frostbite, which is the 2nd book. I like this one because it focused a lot on the relationship between Rose and Christian and how they work together, which I found was so great. It was so much better than the focus on Rose and Lissa that has been in previous books. It also focused on sort of kind of mental health issues, started getting more large-scale attacks, which was great. And I really enjoyed this one, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think with Vampire Academy they get better as they go along, so I'm looking forward to reading the 4th one when I get around to it, which is hopefully soon, because even though I said finishing this one wasn't a priority, I do want to get as much of it read as possible before I leave, so yeah. Anyway, okay, so next I read Alienated by Melissa Landis, and this one was a buddy read with my friend Violet on Goodreads, and we were supposed to read it in the first week. All of our buddy reads are supposed to read in the first week of the month, and this one I didn't get around to it until maybe halfway through April, but I really enjoyed it. I really liked the relationship, and I liked the social commentary that was being displayed in this one. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, I think. I'm just waiting for my Goodreads to load up. yeah, so I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. I really liked all the characters, and I liked how what happens when, you know, she first brings Alex to school and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. I'm so bad at summarizing books. Like, I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. But I really enjoyed this one. I really want to get to the next one. And is the third one released yet? Because I want that one as well. Like, right now. Just give them all to me. Just bring them here and let me hug them. Okay. The fifth book that I read this month was Zack and Mia by AJ Betts, and this one is by a Western Australian author, which is great because I am seriously lacking not only on Australian authors on my shelves, but in particular Western Australian authors on my shelves. I don't think I own any books by West Australian authors except for Blueback by Tim Winton, which I had to read for school in year 8, so does it really count? Doesn't really count. It was a good book though. So yeah, anyway, Zack and Mia. I got this one out of the library, which is why I don't have it here, and it follows two teens who have cancer, who are being treated. They're both at an adult hospital, so I'm thinking it's probably meant to be Charlie's, or something like that. Sorry, so Charles Gardner Hospital, for those that are not Perthies. So, yeah, so they're at an adult oncology treatment centre, and Zack has just gone through a bone marrow transplant, so he's been in isolation for like a month, and he sort of makes friends with the new girl in the room next door, Mia, and even though they don't meet, they strike up a friendship, and then she just sort of falls off the face of the earth, and it's about them like meeting for real, becoming friends, stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a good story. I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I didn't thoroughly enjoy it. It did have its good moments. I really liked the relationship between Mia and Zack's sister. But, yeah. Yeah, there was nothing that really, like, held my interest for an extended period of time. And I think the only reason I finished it in one night was because I was really bored, and I didn't feel tired, so I just kept reading. So, saying that, like, I didn't read the whole book in one night. I read half of it, and then I read half of it, like, in chunks, and then I read the second half of it in one night. So, anyway, I did see a lot of the twists and turns coming, so, you know, whatever. It was nice to see the names of things that I recognized, like Albany Highway. That's literally like a 2-minute walk from my house. Although it is a long highway, it goes from like Albany to Perth, which is like 6 hours. So probably not the best example, but still, it's something that I know. And you know, there's Rottnest, Kings Park, all these things that I've sort of grown up around, and I know them well. So yeah, so it was nice seeing that, but in all I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, because I just didn't enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed other books in the past, so yeah. Okay, and the last book I read in April, shut up, the last book that I read in April is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, and this book, once upon a time, I saw the mention of this on Tumblr. I think they were referencing the third book, Blue Lily Lily Blue, and I just sort of, I was like, oh, what's that from? So I looked it up, and then I sort of read it, and I was like, yeah, not for me. And I've definitely changed my mind. Complete 180 on that. I loved this book. It was, like, the precise amount of creepy and weird that kept me interested. Like, the whole world just sort of, like, unfolded so well, and the relationships between the characters seemed like real and organic, and they just sort of there's so much I could say about this book, but just I loved it. I loved that it wasn't like really creepy, it was just like a softcore creepy that sort of made you think like, how is this all connected, and I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait. I definitely want to finish this series before I leave in just over a month, so that's my new mission. But I am totally rambling today. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Can't wait for the next two. The next three, because The Raven King's actually out. And, yeah, so that's all for today. If you don't know, aka if you aren't following my Twitter and Instagram, I am also taking a part in RibSat. RibSat started on the 1st of May and it goes through to the 8th of May. It is a week-long readathon, and it stands for Read Your Bookshelf-a-thon, so you sort of like, you pick a spot on your bookshelf and you read onward from that point. It's a good idea to maybe start at a place where the next couple of books you haven't read. I'm not going by my bookshelf. I'm actually going on my TBR pile, which you can see in the corner there. And the books I'm hoping to read are When We Collided by Emery Lord, Russell by Jeff Smith, This Shattered World by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, and Night Owls by Jen Bennett. So I'm hoping to get through those for this week, although it is day 3 and I've only read 32 pages of When We Collided. So, yeah, hoping to get that done. Yeah, and also, I've been talking about when I leave a lot, and I probably should mention that I am going to America for 3 months. For 2 of those months I will be participating in the summer camp exchange program as a camp counselor, so that is very exciting. I will be based in California, somewhere. Ooh, secrets. So then I'll be traveling for a month, and then I'm going to San Francisco because my sister will be there, so I'll be in San Francisco for about a week, spending time with my sister before I fly back home to Perth. So I will be gone from June 8th to September 13th, so I will be on a probably definite hiatus. I might post 1 or 2 videos depending on if I get the Wi-Fi, or something like that. I'm mocking myself now. So yeah, so don't expect any videos in that time. I will be updating my Instagram, Twitter, and what's the third one? Goodreads. At every available opportunity, and I will also be keeping up with travel blogs, so if you want to follow my travels, you can follow that. I will leave the link in the box down below, and yeah, so I'm totally excited about that. I have, I think, 35 days to go, possibly 36. It's all very exciting. I did book a tour, but it got cancelled, and they haven't actually contacted me about that yet, so, Anyway, yeah, 1 month and 5 days until I leave, so that's very exciting. So yeah, I will wrap it up there, and I will see you next time. Bye!